A taste of vegan. Volume 1. For breakfast, we have a breakfast bowl with a tater tot base and just eggs, topped with homemade mushroom bacon bits and homemade vegan cheddar cheese sauce. For lunch, we use the same vegan cheddar cheese sauce to fill a savory grilled cheese sandwich. For dinner, we have a vegan lasagna made with homemade walnut meat, mushrooms, peppers, onions, garlic, and 3 vegan cheeses. We'll start by making the vegan cheddar cheese sauce. The base is coconut milk, which is high in healthy fats and gives the cheese the creamy consistency we love. Other ingredients include nutritional yeast for the cheese flavor, tapioca powder as a thickener, onion powder, garlic powder, white pepper and salt to taste, a scoop of vegan butter, and a splash of white vinegar for twang. This is a small batch, but this recipe could easily be increased by adding more full-fat coconut milk. One of the keys to making the cheese sauce nice and smooth is constantly stirring as it heats up to ensure everything blends well. Now that it is done, this cheese can be used in the breakfast bowl, the grilled cheese, and lasagna. I can also imagine this cheese on nachos, a vegan hot dog, over broccoli and rice, or simply as a dip for crackers or vegetables. This cheese would do well in a fondue pot, staying heated over a period of time, or being refrigerated and reheated on the stove or in the microwave. Now it's time to prepare our breakfast bowl. The vegan mushroom bacon was prepped prior to breakfast time by slicing trumpet mushrooms into bacon-thick strips and placing them in a marinade of liquid smoke, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, and a pinch of salt. The heads of the mushrooms were chopped into smaller pieces and set to marinate in the same flavor to create bacon bits. When ready, air fry on high for 12 minutes, flipping halfway through. Like regular bacon, using a paper towel can absorb some of the moisture produced by cooking the mushrooms. For a more chewy consistency, you can dehydrate the mushrooms prior to air frying. Once the vegan bacon is done, it's time to prepare your egg substitute and potatoes. This can be as simple as scrambling a serving of just eggs in a skillet, or griddle with a bit of vegan oil or butter, or creating a homemade egg replacement. Tater tots in the oven or air fryer is a simple and quick base for this breakfast bowl. But if you are seeking a more cost-effective way to create this dish, you can use russet potatoes chopped down into American fries and add your own seasoning. This could cut the cost of the meal by almost half. To cut calories, the potato base could be replaced with sautéed spinach, peppers, and onion mix, or any other vegetables of your choice. The last step in preparing your breakfast bowl is pouring your cheese sauce on top. If you'd like, a garnish of dried parsley would make a nice finish. Moving on to the grilled cheese sandwich. This is going to be the most simple meal of the day. The cheese sauce is already prepared, and there are only a few simple steps. Add vegan butter to the outside of your bread of choice. Spread the cheese sauce on one slice and top with the other slice. Place your sandwich in a heated skillet or griddle and fry until crisp. You can keep it classic or upgrade the flavor experience by adding diced green onions and sun-dried tomatoes. You could also turn it into a breakfast sandwich with egg substitute and a vegan sausage patty. The last meal of Volume 1 is vegan lasagna. This meal is a labor of love but well worth it. For a meat substitute, this recipe will use homemade walnut meat. The first step is to soak the nuts for about 18 hours. After soaking, we will boil the nut for 30 minutes, or until tender enough to crush by hand. Once tender, drain the nuts. Rinse them in cool water and chop them into small pieces that resemble ground meat. To accompany the nuts, chop equal parts portobello or baby portobello mushrooms with about 1/2 parts white onion. Lightly oil a large pot. Not much oil is needed because the vegetables also create liquid. Add everything to cook on medium. Season your meat according to the dish it is going to be used in. For the lasagna, I used liquid smoke, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning. Walnut meat takes quite a while to cook, so you can choose to transfer it to a slow cooker to save energy on needing to check it every 20 minutes when cooking on the stovetop. If cooking stovetop, add a small amount of water when it seems to be sticking to the pot. Producing the best consistency for the walnut meat could take 3 hours on the stovetop, or 5 to 6 in the slow cooker. For the lasagna sauce, I chopped and sautéed more mushrooms and onion with a variety of bell peppers. Once the onions were translucent, I added the veggies and canned pasta sauce to the walnut meat to heat. When finished, you will not be able to tell the difference between walnut meat and ground beef or turkey. This meat would be perfect for vegan tacos, enchiladas, nachos, sloppy joes, shepherd's pie, spaghetti, and many other dishes that call for ground meat. When it's time, boil your vegan lasagna noodles and prepare to layer. As a replacement for ricotta, I found a vegan Happy Cow cheese. It was more like cream cheese than ricotta, but it was high on flavor. Add some garlic and parsley to the cheese spread. The lasagna stacks noodles, cheese, meat sauce, and noodles again. The top layer should be covered with sauce and then cheese for the best appearance and taste, using a mix of shredded vegan cheese and cheese sauce. Shredded vegan cheese sometimes does not melt well on its own. Vegan lasagna is a meal you can use to make a full sheet pan, a half sheet pan, or a personal-sized pan. For a faster but still just as tasty meal, break the noodles before cooking and combine with the meat sauce and vegan cheese for a no-bake meal. If you find you have made too much, this meal can easily be packaged and frozen. Not everyone has access to a flash freezer, but if you want grocery store quality frozen food, try a freezer with temperatures that reach -40 degrees. Thanks for watching A Taste of Vegan Volume 1. Next time we are making crispy mushroom strips and waffles for breakfast, portobello burgers for lunch, and cheesy chickpea broccoli and rice casserole for dinner.